the voices inside my head. See voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
Get my volume up. Hey, Gamer Guy. Hey, Mr. Struble, if you're still in here. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Miss Wednesday. Honest Rage. Hey, Crime Web. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Saints Rock Tail. No, Saints Rock Tall. Saints rock it all. Yes, they do. Okay, I got it. Hello, Changes. Hello. Hello, Ziggy. Hey, Jan. How's everyone today on this Friday? I got it. Don't worry. I got it. We'll give it a few minutes. I started a few minutes early because I was just like, Hey, Mary T. And you guys, Benny had an MRI today. I think he's actually still there or maybe just getting home or something from that. But when you have time today, show him some mad love later. Sweet D. Excuse me. Hey, Christine. Finer than frog hair split 4 ways. Oh, shit. Hello, Nicole Mims. Yeah, he's okay. He's got that, I can't remember what it's called. Shit. But he's got something. I think it's a disease. I don't know. I don't want to speak too much on it, but yeah, but he's okay. Just Mandy, hello. Absolutely, prayers to Benny and the family. So you guys, it's been a busy day today. I am going to, let me see if I have it in here. Holy cow, lady, I haven't seen you in forever. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to post. It's not letting me. Why is it not letting me? Okay. So I am posting here my PayPal and Cash App. Should anybody want to help contribute to the next few things? Let me close the window that's going on in this case. So I'm going to start with Sunday. We are going to meet Courtney's father, Mark Struble, and I believe his wife, Melissa Struble. And we are being hosted kind of at a hotel who's going to give us a conference room, coffee, tea, muffins, cookies, stuff like that for 2-3 hours as long as we need, and to do these interviews and as best as we can for y'all. And instead of $200, they're just charging us $60. And then next Saturday, hubby and I are going to be traveling to Regina, which is just over 2 hours for us each way. So we are going to get a hotel room so that we can chat with Courtney's best friend, Nicole. And so we're going to get a sit-down interview with her. We'll be able to get a lot done between Saturday late afternoon when we arrive and Sunday afternoon before we leave. So all that kind of good stuff. But you guys, I think that we're starting to, I don't even know. I don't know how to say. We're definitely learning a lot. Oh, and also, before I go next Saturday, I'm going to have printed out those posters. We were waiting on certain pictures, but it's taking too long. So we're going to go ahead and just do them with the pictures that I've gotten and made. And so, also going to have the flyers, the missing persons flyers redone and a bunch printed out. I'm going to bring some there to Regina, and Nicole and her friends and family and stuff will put some out. I'm going to mail some off to Alberta, and I think, oh, what was the other province? There's people all over, and there's even like locals in different provinces who've emailed me and said, I'm like, I didn't know Courtney or any of the family, but I've seen it, and I did hear about her story maybe, several years ago, who are, could you send me a copy when the poster's made, send it and I'll print it out. So I can even email people copies too. And if they want to go ahead and print them out themselves and hang it wherever they are, it's possible she got in a semi truck. Who knows where she could be at? So absolutely, I believe they should be all over Canada and the United States, really. I believe Mr. Struble would probably agree with that also. Hey, Jan. Sorry, guys. I wasn't looking at the chat. Mr. Positive, congratulations, my friend. You have hit the 1K mark, or I'm sure surpassed it by this afternoon now. I was checking. I was peeping your subscribers yesterday and today. So congratulations. Terry's not too far off, guys. So it's awesome. Tennessee Shine, hello, my love. Betsy, hello. Hi, everybody. Who did I miss in here? If I missed anyone coming in here. Changes. Oh, shit, pouring down rain and my windows are down. Oh, no. Alyssa Marie, hello. He does have a good channel. Woo! Awesome. 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 Just give me one moment. Yeah. Okay, sorry. It was probably echoing. So I've pinned that with Cash App and PayPal, and should you guys want to help, no big deal. I'm just putting it out there. Now I've contacted several other people too, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, that there was a billboard years ago, and I've gotten a couple names and numbers and people I was told to get in touch with, because they may be interested in donating billboard for this again all this time later. So cross your fingers for that, because that would be absolutely amazing. Hello, Mrs. Struble. Thanks for being here. And again, you guys, without fail, every show I do, it doesn't matter what time, and I don't run it by them unless it's like an interview and they're going to be live or whatever, then they know the times. But he's been here every single time, working through holidays with family, answering questions for everyone. I'm super excited for Sunday, Mr. Struble. Thank you so much for being willing to meet up and sit down with us. I'm excited. And they're going to get us coffee, tea, and cookies and muffins and stuff too. So, hey, sweet day. What's up with Benny? I got here late. Oh, he just had an appointment today. That's all. I would just send his love. Miss Wednesday. You know I love you. You honestly know nothing about this case. So, a rundown for anyone new here. July 9th, 2004, Courtney Struble, who is the young, beautiful lady in the picture that I'm using for my avatar photo there. She was 13 at the time, and soon to be 14, if I'm not mistaken. And so going through it again, what happened was on Thursday, so it would have been July 8th, Courtney was hanging out with a girl named Kendra, who has recently done interviews and done a couple live streams to answer questions for people and everything too. Really sweet girl. So July 8th, 2004, Kendra and Courtney had a sleepover. Courtney went to Kendra's. Now, Courtney had a boyfriend by the name of Sam. And she was not supposed to have a boyfriend. She was 13. And with what I've gotten to know from some friends and her father, is that 13 was too young to date. And so she wasn't even supposed to have a boyfriend. So she went on Thursday, July 8th, 2004, and spent the night with this girl, Kendra. And so they hung out, and they went to Friday afternoon. They went to go hang out at a teen rec center. Now, some of you guys might be able to relate, because I also hung out as a teenager at a rec center, and we will bring you there. It's called the Wicklow Center, and it's like a plaza building type thing, like a little strip mall, but the basement of it was a teen rec center. And sorry guys, while I'm talking, I'm not watching chat. I want to stay on a roll here and get through this for the new people. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude and ignore. But anyway, so the basement of the Wicklow Center was a rec center for teenagers. And I believe it was open from like noon to midnight, I think, almost every day, but holidays and stuff. And so about noon, Kendra and Courtney walked to the Wicklow. And at the Wicklow, Courtney's boyfriend had been there. This was a common place for all of these youth to be hanging. And so Courtney's boyfriend was there, and Courtney had left Kendra and went off with her boyfriend, Sam. And Kendra went off with her friend, Santana. And so, all right, I'm just computing Santana and Sam. Okay, hold on. I need to get a notebook. This is, I got things going on in my head right now. I must keep track. Hey, Zena. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Ratboo. Hey, Sharon. Sharon Truck, I think you emailed me. I'm sorry I did not respond. I did see it, though. Beth, hello. I haven't seen you in a few days. Missed you, girl. It's just wonderful you covering this case. I think you're amazing. Sorry, I can't always catch. No, thank you. You know, just catching when you can. I know everyone has, everyday lives, and that's okay. I'm very impressed with how many people have been putting forth the time and just listening to her case, helping, reaching out, giving me ideas and theories, and it's great. And to be honest, it's getting darn near views I was getting with Chris Watt's case, and that's not too shabby at all for a case that's not considered high profile. So I'm very proud of all of you guys as well, because it's getting traction, and Courtney's face and name is getting out there again over 17 years later because of all of you guys too. Sure, I can come on here and I can say whatever and put whatever case on here, but it doesn't go anywhere, and it's not helping unless you guys are here too, So you guys are awesome. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to hunt down. We bought 3 notebooks, and do you think I could find one right now? No, of course not. What the heck? Right, I'm stealing some of hubby's printer paper then. Okay, so sorry, let me just, jot this down. Study session for real. Okay. So anyways, okay, so Kendra, the friend she was staying with the Thursday night, prior, and they parted ways Friday at noon, according to Kendra. Okay. Kendra went with Santana. Sorry, writing. Kendra went with Santana. Okay. Okay. And then Courtney went with Sam, which I already have that down 100 times. Okay. Hey, Kit Kat. Okay. So anyways, Kendra went with Santana. She said they went off and, hung out, did their thing. She didn't hear from Courtney at all. As far as she knew, she went and hung out with her boyfriend, and then she was going to walk home to her dad's or whatever. Courtney did not have a cell phone. Sam was the boyfriend. Yes. Yes. And so, so she went and hung out with Sam and Sam's brother at the vet clinic. Now, I know a lot of people think it's weird. She was last seen at the vet clinic. Why was kids at the vet clinic? But it was common back then. It was a place, and it's because these boys' father owned the vet clinic. He was like the town vet. And I'm telling you, everything I've researched on this man, nothing but great things I hear from people. He was very he was very well liked in the community, huge in this community back then. And he was the go-to guy to bring your sick pet to. So anyway, sometime then, July 9th, 2004, the Friday, following the Thursday night sleepover, they parted noon Friday. She hung out with her boyfriend until, I guess, she left the vet's office around now there's different, depending on what you read, it's between 11:30 p.m. and 1 a.m. So that's when she was last seen, and she was walking home. Now, this is a very active case, so it is in the law enforcement files that they do know she made it back to the town of Estevan, but I'm not sure what it is that they have that can, hiccups, that can confirm that for them. And there's going to be things that they know that they can't kind of like tell us or hand over because it's a part of an active investigation, and so they can't tell. And like I said, I've talked to the head sergeant involved in this through the historical cold case unit, and they're definitely happy about the us helping, and they want to help us be helpful to the situation. So there's going to be things we can't put out there because there's going to be things that they cannot confirm for me or even tell me, being so close to the border, she could be here in the States. Exactly, Tennessee Shine. And that's why, posters should go up across the states as well. You guys saw it in the interview I did where I was walking around with Kendra. Terry had pointed out, like at nighttime, there wasn't really so many truckers. But when I was there during the day and doing that interview, you guys could see all the semis right there on that road. And in 2004, it was probably a lot more because COVID has slowed things down. But now we are going to do that drive for you, and we're going to do it while live and recording it for you guys to see. There's two different borders we can go to. One's a little bit farther away and one is like 20 minutes away. And we're going to go both directions and get right up close as we can to the border for you guys to see how easy and how quick, like a trucker could have maybe been pulled off to the side right there or whatever, and she went walking. It takes seconds, right? As we all know. So it's very, very possible. We can't rule that out. And so if a trucker did get her, like everyone knows, she could be anywhere. So when I do make those flyers, I'll make sure that I have it in a link. So should anyone want me to email them the link so they can print them off at home and hang them around their own communities, you sure can, because you just never know. She was a 13-year-old girl, you know? So, and some locals say this isn't Trucker Central or whatever, but I say it is, you know? Please don't get mad, but isn't this case kind of old? Do you think she can be found at this point? Penny Dar, exactly why I chose this case, because when people think like that, it's basically we're giving up, right? Well, it's 17 years. Why bother? Let's go with someone who's like newly missing or whatever. A lot of people think like that, but it's not necessarily that we can't help because it's so much time. I don't care how old it is. It could be an advantage for us on how old this is. Do all of these kids' stories still stand the same today? You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, it doesn't matter how old the case is. This family deserves answers and justice, and Courtney deserves a shot at, at being home where her family is for a proper burial. So I'm not mad. I understand your thinking because you're not the only person to think like that, which is why it's not popular for me to take a case like that. That's why I'm not getting the, Summer Wells views or Gabby Petito views and things like that. It's because, it's a cold case. However, here in Estevan and through the RCMP, it's very much an active case. Okay, great. Thank you so much. A better perspective for sure. I've seen those diving guys find people years up. Absolutely. No, you don't need to be sorry. You were respectful. And like I said, I do understand that thought. But if we all thought like that, then like what is too much time? You know what I'm saying? So is a year too much time? Do we all just give up and move along to the next story? Like what is too much time? You know what I'm saying? So as long as there is somebody missing, and as long as there are still loved ones that want answers and need answers, it's not too old for me. Missing but not forgotten. Perfect way to put it. I'm glad you're doing more cases. Everyone deserves to be heard and found. Absolutely. And, that's a huge thing I've asked for many years is I don't exactly understand what makes something go high profile or whatnot. Courtney's, in my opinion, with everything I'm finding out, like it should have been just as exposed as Chris Watt or Summer Wells or any of those cases. But how is it active if a cold case detective in charge? It's active because, well, there's no, they're considering her murdered. And it's active because, like I said, they have things that they're holding on to that we won't know, and what's making it an active case. So it's active because like they've gotten something. And from my understanding, and so far, what I can tell you is that things are not adding up, and there's no statutes of limitations on murder. I think in most places, but specifically here in Estevan, Saskatchewan, there's no statutes of limitations. Lost and never forgotten. Thank you, Mrs. Struble. Absolutely. Heck yeah, my cousin went missing like 40 years ago, never found him. Wow, Penny. I am so sorry to hear that. Summer Army chat. Got it. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Lost and never forgotten. I want to keep that pinned for a little bit. Thank you, Special Spills. Hey, good to see you, by the way. Hey, Leah. It's 20 minutes from Estevan. I wonder if the kids, and you guys, I've been trying really hard because you all know I've forever called this Esteban to just, because I'm silly and I got to make everything sound fancy and French, even though I'm not French. But I've really been trying hard at calling it the proper place, Esteban. So if I'm screwing it up or saying it funny, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend any locals or anything like that. Hey, Amethyst Rose, is the Missing Children Society of Canada involved? Mr. Struble, that'd be a good question. I don't know if you can answer, because I do believe they were. I think they're the ones who had the reward fund of $10,000 back in 2004. But then I read also the reward fund was through someone else. So hopefully keeping the pressure on will break someone and they will speak up. Someone knows something. That's actually exact words of the RCMP, that they believe Courtney is unfortunately passed and that her remains are somewhere here in Estevan, Saskatchewan, and that in their notes it says somebody knows something and somebody needs to come forward, and they believe it's somebody that's still currently in Estevan, or maybe somebody that maybe moved out of Estevan for a half hour or so or whatever, but somebody who's still around. That's according to the RCMP here. Driving son home. Okay, Beth, drive carefully. Hey, Allison, curious to know if the vet clinic has a crematory, and if so, did they check for human remains? Allison, great question. So there's talk of there being some huge, very deep fire pit, burn pit. But that it's kind of, some people are saying that fire pit existed. Some people are saying it didn't exist. So maybe right there at Book kind of tell you stories aren't all matching with everybody. So probably why it's still active after all this time. And not for nothing, I'm sorry, but Canada is I don't know how you say it. It's different here. My dad, he should have been locked up for life and they kept letting him out. So you know what I'm saying? Canada is just a whole different territory. For a minute, I think my eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought I saw cotton candy boobs. It is a good question. Let me actually, I think that came up before, but I don't recall asking that to anybody yet. Someone may be braver now to say something. Well, what's funny is for 17 years, they've silenced Mark Struble, Courtney's father. I think he's done 2 newspaper articles, but from my understanding, he felt kind of pushed aside, and everyone's kind of left him out of the loop all this time. I think from my understanding, we've really been the first platform to really ask for his help and assistance in this. Did the vet clinic, sorry, I get sidetracked. Did the vet clinic have a crematory? Great question. Thank you. Okay. And I'm browsing chat right now for questions. Anything you want me to write down? I will be meeting with Mark and I believe his wife Melissa on Sunday afternoon. So I can't wait for that, because I think we're going to learn so much more. And I know that there's finger pointing at the dad, but you guys, he told me, of course, she lived there. It's either always going to be the husband, the wife, or the mom, the dad, So CHER, have you contacted the local paper today? Maybe they'd cover it also. Miss Wednesday, I have been in touch with some people, and so has Benny, actually, with newspapers and reporters and such. So really trying to get the community here in Estevan to pull together again. And I know that they've done, things here and there, but I don't let's say a journalist comes along, they write an article, and then, that's that. Because where are they after all this time? And I've had a couple of people who have done articles and stuff and done some research, and, life happens. There's other cases. There's other things to cover. I understand that. But like, that's not me. I'm not here to just let me throw up a live stream and then I'm out and on to the next. Like, I actually have found myself when I go to like Walmart or something with Mr. CHER, I'm like looking around everywhere and I'm asking him, like, what was this like in 2004? Or like, was this building there then? Like, where can we go? Like, I'm honestly keeping my eyes peeled for places like, where can I get a bunch of people to come with me? And I know it's almost 2 decades, but I can't help it. I find myself just looking around for her. What about a prayer vigil to bring awareness up? That Amethyst, you are on it, girlfriend. I would love to. I'm just starting to get everything lined up, like I said. So I want to do all of that. That would be good to plan that after we have the Flyers prayer vigil. Yes, absolutely. And, posting on the local Facebook here. Maybe people know more about like drones and trying to get aerial footage, and like if we could tell if there's a deep pit at all in that area that was years ago. I don't really know, you guys, but if anyone knows people that know people, email me, because like I'm very serious about I really think that everyone working together like this, that we can do something good here. Like I feel it. A prayer vigil would be great, and we could also do it where it's live stream, so all y'all can attend it as well, like they do for summer. Minot, North Dakota. I might be, yeah, Minot. Like I came in through North Portal, North Dakota. Oh, Benny's calling. Let me text him quick. And Benny the bro. Oh shit. Okay. Minot. Oh, is that how you say it? Minot. Okay, sorry. Benny's doing well. He's busy right now. I don't know if he has the link. I know he's busy right now. He may pop up, but he's got some things going on. So, me too, Jordan. Thank you. Did the police search logs and data? The veterinary would have a freezer. Sweet D. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, that's a good idea. Let me get back here. Da, 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 da. Okay. I think Thomas needs to have a conversation about this. Sam is going to get in touch with me from what I heard, so I hope he does. And, the vet clinic sticks in my mind as questionable. And exactly. And I had to, it did right off the bat for me. I, of course, started researching what cases are local to me. And when I was reading that, I can't lie. The first thing that jumped to me was, this is weird. The vet clinic thing is weird. Like, I was in my head saying, she didn't fucking leave there, excuse my French. Share, always be aware you're surrounding and never travel alone, because if someone harmed Courtney, they thought they got away with it all this time, and now it's coming up again, so they could be angry. Well, Allison, I have these warnings on all of the cases I've done. I've gotten many, many threats over many years doing the things that I do. So the thing is that I don't just do this. Like law enforcement, there's tons of people know what I'm doing and who all I'm in touch with. And so if something happens to me, it will be found out, as well as, you never know where there's cameras hiding inside our house here and on the outside of the house, things like that. So, but you're absolutely right. And I am hyper vigilant with that. Welcome to the crazy train, Penny. Woo woo. Thank you so much. And so, but the other thing too is imagine all of us act scared that someone's going to hurt us because we're digging around and messing in these cases, then nobody would ever do that, right? And like investigative journalism, in all those, news journalisms and stuff, they're getting right in the face of shit too, to get you guys the best information. And I don't want to just go on hearsay or news article. I want information from everybody. And so if it puts me in danger, then it puts me in danger. Y'all just make sure that, I already told Mr. CHER and Benny that they got the rights to my story, and they make sure my kids are all taken care of. So, I can't be afraid of that. Oh, Allison, you're very sweet. Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, I'm always ready, but yeah, I can't, things, it does get scary, but I have to keep going. Like Mr. Struble deserves answer. Best friends deserve answers. Moms, aunts, like family, loved ones, they deserve answers. So, put that on paper. Ratvu, there is certain steps that I do take to protect myself as much as I can. So I absolutely get the feeling that she didn't leave there, and also get a feeling that she may have been SA'd. Okay. That's interesting, Sweet D, because there's talk of maybe she like met somebody, and I guess she had like some house cleaning job. And I'm not gonna lie, like I thought, like, whose house is she cleaning? Is it like an older man or something like that? Definitely something I don't know if Mr. Struble knows more on, but I definitely want to know more about her job and who she was cleaning house for. What about putting it on Web Sleuth website? I don't actually follow those people. Sorry. Is this on Reddit? Some sleuths there. I'm not sure. What I don't get is she left at noon from friend when she was watching a movie all day until midnight or later. I thought she went the night before and they didn't stay for a movie. Zena, great question. It's a mess, right? The timeline is a mess, but we also have to remind ourselves these are adults now that we're talking to, but all of these people were, except for Mr. Struble, mom and her aunts and stuff, but all of her friends were between 13 and 15 years old, given Kendra was 18. But everyone she was hanging out with were so young 17 years ago that's probably where some of the craziness is happening. Is your mind at 13 is just not. I have a great case idea out of Philadelphia if you're interested after you solve this one. Oh, you're from your mouth to God's ears that we can help solve. I don't know about solve, but I definitely think like we can't hurt it, right? We can try and get some answers that may be helpful, hopefully, but it would be so wonderful if one day like this was resolved so that Mr. Struble and all of her loved ones could be, I know they say it would bring closure, but it's still a loss. So, but I do know that they would, much rather know and be able to go to their daughter's grave site and, leave flowers and talk to, they want her home in Estevan where she belongs, like properly, a proper burial, which everybody deserves. I have a list of at least 8 possible. What about everyone else? Crime Web, do you mind saying that list? And actually, I'm sorry, I didn't share the link, you guys. Let me go ahead here. Okay. If you guys would like to join on panel here and kind of talk, I thought I shared it, but prayer vigil. And yes, I want to know who the 8 suspects are so far, Crime Web. Properly grieve. Yes, Sina, thank you. Reddit is great. I know some mods there on some sites. Special spills, if you share what you can wherever you can, because Elizabeth said it best for Summer Wells, and I'm repeating it for Courtney Struble. You see her face and say her name, right? And the more we get out to all platforms, that's where, this isn't just me. We are all a team here. I can't do this without you guys. So it's not just me. What did the investigation look like immediately following her disappearance? Was there a massive hunt? So right away for the first 5 months, this was treated as a runaway. They didn't really do much because she had a past of taking off for a night or two with a friend when she got upset with parents. So no, they absolutely did not take this serious as anything more than just a 13-year-old runaway. Thank you, Crime Web. I see you. You can either have your camera off or on if you want. I'm going to add you to the show now, though. Hi, Crime Web.
Hi, everyone.
So you have 8 suspects.
Pretty much from what you've given us.
Oh, gosh. Let's run down them.
Fire pit. A trucker.
Mm-hmm.
Taken for the sex trade, kidnapped. Obviously, a local person that she knew. Her job, like you mentioned.
Yep.
The older brother and the boyfriend being involved. Her dad. And someone mentioned that there was an oil boom in the area. So I think that's 8.
Yeah, the oil boom, yeah. Yeah, because they did around here in Estevan, as I was telling you guys before, they had built a bunch of hotels and stuff because of that oil boom. Yeah, definitely it could have been because those people come in, they stay for a while, and then they're gone again. So
I also personally feel like this effort could be what breaks it because someone will break. Otherwise, I think they will find her as like construction and building happens more in the area, and they start, digging up lots and taking down trees.
Mm-hmm. What about the close relative that was killed? That's right.
That's right.
That's right. What was his name? Jeff Alexander. Okay. Do you guys see why we can't just be tunnel vision where everyone's like, dad, or girlfriend, girlfriend? Because once you get to it, like, look she just listed 8 right there. Okay, so I got fire. I think I'm missing one. Fire pit, trucker, local person, the job, dad, sex trade. Right.
Older brother.
So trafficking. Yeah. Boyfriend and older brother. Yep. Yes. And then possibly, is it possible Jeff Alexander knew, because his death or murder was not until 2015 and Courtney's was 2004.
Yeah.
So it was treated as a runaway for the first 4 to 5 months, then was treated like a missing person. And then I believe in 2017, it was then turned over. That's why I think it's still active. They had some sort of information where they now are without a body and no evidence saying Courtney was murdered. So they have something. And, you know, so it's gone down the line from runaway, missing person to now finally a suspicious murder. Yeah, 5 months were wasted. Yep.
Yeah, that is such a shame.
Older, unknown, maybe married man. It was a Friday night with bars and stuff. Maybe some pervs are driving and took her, you know, just as easily as a trucker could, or you know.
How far was it from the vet clinic to Estevan?
Oh, it was, we figured it would have taken about 40 minutes walking. But that's through Google. Now it's going to be a little bit warmer here. Maybe we can try and record that walk of what she'd be walking from the vet clinic to her dad's old address, which is a new house. It's not the same, house. The house that they were living in was torn down, new owners rebuilt and all that. So at the time of Courtney's disappearance, they were actually packed up to move. I'm also kind of curious if there's been anybody that was semi-homeless and walks the streets. Now, sweetie, I don't know if you remember the live when I first came here to visit Mr. CHER in the springtime. And we went walking around and we were live streaming. And I straight up found like a set of shoes, pants, a shirt, or whatever. And Mr. CHER's like, oh yeah, there used to be a homeless guy or whatever. And I'm thinking, I really thought it was weird because it was under a train car or whatever. So, you know, definitely another possible. I'm actually going to write that down. So it could have been, since it was a Friday night, or, you know, it could have been someone leaving a bar. So we'll just say like a drunk guy. You know, that could be a thing too. Maybe a drunk driver hit her leaving, like, you know, on Friday and panicked and did something, you know. Just so many possibilities. We can't just like stick to any one, you know, so I'm writing that down for sure. Like maybe somebody drinking and driving hit her.
Then that would come down to maybe checking with the local car shops and seeing, you know, if they had records from back then of anybody
fixing their car real quick. Yep.
Yeah.
Who was most vigilant in blaming Mr. Struble? That is who I would look into first. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, because it is really easy, and I don't really like someone having a record. I don't want to be the person, and we all know, some of you know, like, weren't happy that I was giving Dawn Wells the benefit of the doubt. But again, like, when I'm trying to fight for proper justice, we all want proper justice. I have to remember innocent until proven guilty. And just look at all, just from right now, since Crime Web called in, fire pit, trucker, a local person, that job, dad, which I'm going to point out, I know everyone's pointing fingers to. I'm going to have to say he's at the bottom of my list right now. boyfriend and brother, oil boom, so any of that, sex trafficking, possibly the murdered down distant cousin with drug issues. And I just thought of, because there's bars all around and it's a weekend, maybe somebody drunk hit her and panicked. Yes, he's actually meeting us Sunday afternoon. We're sitting down with him face to face Sunday afternoon. We are renting a hotel conference room. So Sunday afternoon, I believe Mr. Struble for sure, and I think his wife Melissa. So, you know, he's aware. He sees everything. He's listening. He's watching. He knows what people think. He's had the fingers pointed at him for 17 years and 4 months now. So he already knows what people think, what people have been saying. And unfortunately, he hasn't really been given the opportunity to defend himself or tell his side. So I know I, for one, want to hear it. I think he deserves to tell it. Thank you, Hev. Yes, I believe the parents are cleared as suspects. Mr. Struble did 2 lie detectors tests and he passed them. What about railroad track? Were those ever searched? I'm not sure if those were searched. I am going to write that down so I can remember to ask. I do want to ask where all was searched, because Kendra did mention railroad tracks, didn't she? And that's another one too. Yeah, Crime Web. Mad trains around here. So that has to go on the list too.
I actually have one more. Oh, this is so sensitive. You know, it's hard to talk about this when you know the family and everyone is listening. But
yeah,
so far, what we do know, the only person that she acknowledged conflict with was the father's girlfriend. And I understand that's the mother right now, or Mark's new wife.
Yeah, but I do want to say too, like, again, stepmom, there could have already been, issues, because there is sometimes where, stepmoms and stepkids don't necessarily get along right away, whatever. But I do want to also say, like, that doesn't mean Melissa's mean. Like, if a teenager, a 13-year-old girl is mad at you because you're saying no to something, I don't think it's fair to be like, she's mean. Like, she's being a stepmom. So there's probably some resentment there. And like my kids, it's not often I say no, but if I say no, oh yeah, they're going to be like, you're mean, Mom, you're a bitch or something. They wouldn't call me a bitch, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Melissa said she is coming on Sunday. If she can hear or listening, Melissa, thank you so much. And I will make sure that you are not attacked. That isn't right. It's not fair. And I look forward to that.
Definitely not. I was not trying to attack.
Definitely no, not you. I didn't mean you at all. Okay. No. You're perfect. No, you're great. You said you had something else you were going to add to. I said railroad, and then you said.
Yeah, it's just what I had said about the girlfriend.
Okay, so I'll put dad and stepmom. And again, yeah, I have to say, what would be at the top of your list, Crime Web, for, like, if out of all of these so far that we have listed, what would be the top one you would, like, go after?
It's really hard, because if they say she made it back to town, you would think either she didn't leave the vet. That would be my first if I didn't have anything else to look at. But then when you look at a 40-minute walk home in the middle of the night, that was a really open opportunity for, the trucker, the oil boom, a sex trade kidnapper, just a local person she knew. But if she really made it home, or, back to the town, then that I can't it would have to be someone that either, well, I don't know. It would turn random, or, personally, it was somebody personal who happened to see her.
Sure, we'll make sure you're protected. She got us. Absolutely have.
Is Shadow her brother?
Yes, Shadow is Courtney's brother. I'm not sure older or younger. I want to say older. A little bit, yeah.
Did he have any friends that he hung out with that were interested in Courtney? Any of Shadow's friends?
Good question. I'm going to write that down. Yeah, because maybe if she had Sam for a boyfriend, and maybe if there was like somebody coming on to her and she was like, no, like I have a boyfriend, and they didn't want to take no for an answer or something like that. Yeah. Shadow's friends interested in. Okay.
Have you gone, to MySpace?
No, no, not since like 2004.
Well, I went on there and I think I found her account.
Did you? Okay.
I do. So you might want to look on MySpace, and
I definitely am going to
search for her name, and like 8 people came up, and I just went to each one. And even though I wasn't logged in, it would allow me to look at photos. And there were a couple of photos on there. Okay,
awesome. If you will, just in case I have issues, can you try and
certainly
save those photos for me? Yeah, and a link would be awesome.
Okay.
I think it's very important to see what these people were doing after she went missing, even years later. What are they all up to? Absolutely, Zena. I agree. Cher, do they have something like the Freedom of Information Act in Canada where you can request documents? I have actually spoken to like the sergeants and detectives and stuff. And like I said, they're going to get me what's okay to have out. And obviously, since it's considered active, there's things that they can't. But yes, there's also I can get some files, and it is being worked on. It is going to be crazy though, when we get our hands on these things, because like I said, it was treated as a runaway, missing child, murder. I don't want to say that law enforcement dropped the ball, but I do feel that they dropped the ball treating this as a runaway for the first 5 months. That's crucial time. That was basically just, they dropped the ball. Fuck it. They dropped the ball. MySpace. Well, we're going to bring it all the way back. I think I'm going to have to we're going to bring it all the way back and go on like Hot or Not and everything too. Didn't even know MySpace was still around. Me neither, Leah, but it is.
I didn't either.
That's a good idea, Mr. Struble, checking out the MySpace account for sure. For sure. Absolutely. So you guys, questions that you want me to ask Melissa and Mark Struble on Sunday. I have my list already, and I'm not going to be asking if you guys give me, like, I know you guys won't, because I see most of you guys are in here aren't, those people, but let's not get disrespectful. And I think they know there's going to be hard questions. They know that. They've been answering hard questions for over 17 years now. So be respectful with the questions, because Mr. Struble has been in every live chat answering questions. He wants to answer questions. He's actually never been given this opportunity before. So
Cher, I emailed you a quick photo in your email of one of the pictures. If you want to compare that to Courtney.
Oh, yep. I think I just got your email. I can't look at it right now, but I will.
Oh, okay.
I'm on my phone right now.
I didn't want to get everybody's hopes up.
Oh, C. McKinney, welcome to the Crazy Train. Woo, woo. Thank you. Punksy, you are a rock star. Thank you so much. And if you mods could, I think I had it in the chat. I am sharing Cash App and PayPal just to help with, there is going to be some expenses, which, I'll take care of either way. But if you guys do want to contribute to that, that would be awesome. The PayPal and Cash App in the link above. And then we are also, I've talked to one of her best friends, Nicole, about setting up if we can't get a billboard donated and things like that. We also had talked about, I called a couple of private detectives. There's not much a private detective can do, but maybe sit down with people and try and get like witness statements, which, oh, wait, can you hold that? Bring it a little bit closer. Closer.
It just whites out.
Oh, shoot. No, that's not her.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, I don't. Well, I'm going to look. I'm going to look after this to see better because the glare is not helping. But me too, hon. I'm absolutely useless with social media. Turn your phone brightness down. If I'll post the picture on community post after this ends, guys, so you guys can see too. Okay. It's called Access to Information Act in Canada. You can request docs from the RCMP. Thank you. Turn your phone brightness down. Da, da, da. Okay. I feel strange with the vet clinic too, mostly due to the medication there. It is weird. It absolutely. I understand everybody's thoughts and feelings. And I know some people were like, hold on. Like, no, like, don't go there. And it wasn't ever to be disrespectful, but that is where our minds go directly first. But also I want to remind people, don't, just because our minds are right away going directly to that, that to me, that's tunnel vision. So while yes, I understand it stands out, open your mind to, because as we drive around and show you guys and record a lot more, you guys are going to see this town is, I could absolutely see it being sicko picking her up, or honestly, a trucker is top 3 for me, a trucker. Because she could have been across them borders within, depending on a trucker, how fast he's driving, 10 minutes. And in a semi, yes, she could have definitely been hidden. And yeah, definitely she could have been hidden in the semi.
If on the road that she was on, was that specifically where the semis would go? Do they go into Estevan on the road she walked on?
Yeah, they can come in and out through that highway there that we walked up to. So the vet clinic is like down some ways, but you can see on one of our first lives where we drive out there and walk up to that road, you can kind of see, or even in Kendra's interview, you can, it's a huge way for them to get, to and from the border there. Yeah.
Because if it was dark, she would be a little hard to see until you got right up on her.
Yeah, absolutely. When we went out there, it was like pitch black, as you guys saw, and that was only 7:30 at night. So imagine 11:30, 1 a.m. And in that area, there was it's very dark in that area. There wasn't those buildings that have the pole barns that are there with the outside lights on them. Those weren't there in 2004. So absolutely, It was dirt road in the middle of nowhere, very dark. Yeah, someone could have got right up on her and she probably wouldn't have even known. Now if they're quiet with their feet, but it could have been instantly where a car drives up real quick and grabs her. But it is kind of loud. If you listen to the interviews, you can hear us walking the gravel, but again, 17 years has passed. So, And even then, by the time she heard it, like maybe it was, too late. So a trucker is your number one suspect. Yep. How much is a billboard? I'm thinking it could possibly be donated, but there was several different quotes depending on the billboard. Like they have the like those electric ones, or there's a billboard down actually by the vet, but then it's on the property of like an old shutdown barn. So I've been given a few names or anything, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on that, because we will have like in one of her friends or family members, I'll have them do it in their name of a or I wonder if one of the local banks would even set up like an account to go towards that. We will figure that out, because I think, again, getting her face out there, getting her name out there, 17 years later, I do think that time helps sometimes in these cases. Say you're still in Estevan and you did something, or somebody did something, and you see a billboard with her face on it 17 years later. It's at least going to make you toss and turn at night, I think, So it's going to definitely make a splash, and that's what we want. Thank you, Miss Wednesday. Yes, if you guys, and thank you, Crime Web, I got your PayPal. It'll definitely be used for getting this done, traveling around, doing interviews, and obviously we don't want to host in our own home or go in their home. So I've actually been asking local hotels and stuff like that. And again, the Best Western here usually charges a couple $100 for that, and they're willing to just do it for $60. They're like, we have to get a little payment for the books, for the big guys. But they wanted to do it as low as possible. And they said they'll definitely take care of us and make sure we have lots of coffee and tea and cookies and muffins and all of that good stuff. So that's super nice of them. I can really see that the community is trying to do what they can and pull together to be helpful already. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, it did look very dark, didn't it? Why was she walking on a highway that late? Well, because to get into Estevan, like it wouldn't be too long until she was like in Estevan, but it was fairly normal to do a group of kids. From what everyone's telling me, it was fairly normal. It was a fairly normal route, actually.
Along that route, is there any type of gas stations, convenience stores where the people, could be at that time of night?
And now not until you really get into the town of Estevan. Now back then, that's where the pictures that I requested will come in handy to see what it looked like 17 years ago, what businesses were open. But there is like a big, it looks like an old Texas Roadhouse bar looking thing. Yeah, they all did it. Yep. Yes, it's going to be pre-recorded. So we're going to meet and talk, and we're going to be recording it. So you guys aren't going to see it live, because I do respect people. Like there's things Kendra told me that she wanted off record. And when people tell me that, I respect that. I think that's, I know some YouTubers don't respect that, and they record everything. And even if they're told not to put this out, that, they do it anyway. But I don't think that's helpful. You know what I mean? Because if it's something that is useful, it's always going to come to light anyways. But it's about, respecting everybody that's doing this, because they don't have to. Mr. Struble doesn't have to come talk to me after 17 years. Like, who am I? I just want to be respectful as possible.
And that's why we all support you, CHER.
I appreciate that, Crime Web. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Crime Web too.
Yeah, it'll be a minute, but I want to help out first. But ultimately,
yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Subscribe, please.
Subscribe, get ready, because she's a coming. Yahoo was pretty popular then too. Yes, and I believe Kendra mentioned MSN. By yourself at that age would be scary. I'm 4'7". I'd be scared I was alone. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, curious, Kiwi. It's not going to be a live interview, but we'll do it. What I like to do is, pre-record the interviews, and we aren't too far off. So, Mr. Struble knows he has a platform whenever he needs it or should want it, or, we've really been having him help us, and he's been answering everything. I could text him about anything and he responds. So it's a lot different than another case we all know very well. Beth, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mary T. So I think I've got some more work to do. It's 5 o'clock here and I got to get dinner going, but I'm going to I've got a lot of things I'm doing on the side here. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on everything. And you bet your asses for the haters that are going to take this, she's asking for donations. I will absolutely 100% be posting receipts and anything that I spend that goes to this case. I will let you guys know where your donations are going. I have no problem doing that. So I think you guys deserve to know that I'm using it for what I say I'm using it for. So absolutely on Sunday when I get the receipt from the hotel there, I will post a screenshot of that so you know. And I mean, we're going to be live and everything from the hotel next weekend to do the interviews with her other friend that's a few hours away. And so that's going to be obvious to you guys that we spent money and we're at a hotel. So, but I will still post the receipts. But I appreciate everybody that is helping by listening, watching, sharing this out, getting on their own platforms and saying her name and showing her face and talking about what they can here. And for every penny that's donated to help us be able to do these things is very greatly appreciated. Kit Kat. Thank you, Kit Kat. Thank you. And I seen some of you did. Thank you very much. Crime Web, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me up.
And look at, I mean, that list already just from having you on, there's new things I didn't even have on my list yet. So again, it's a real sign, you guys, why we don't want to be tunnel visioned when we're doing cases like this. Again, because I'll repeat it. Actually, Crime Web, will you repeat your list that you got so far just from this little hour session?
Sure. Okay, we got the fire pit, a trucker, the sex trade, someone specifically kidnapped her for that, a local person that she knows, the boyfriend and possibly the brother, her dad, maybe Shadow, who's her older brother, might have had some friends that might have been interested in her. We have the close relative, Jeff Alexander, who died, unfortunately, in 2015, her job, and last of all, the oil boom in the area might have drawn some people in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I added trains to that and a possible drunk driver accident or sicko cruising around actually looking for his prey. So
because of the bar especially.
Yep. And drugs were big around then. I've had several locals tell me about cocaine and ecstasy specifically around that time. So yeah. What about the stepmother? Is she still living? Yes, and we will meet with her on Sunday. So we're going to record that, and then I'm not sure when we will air that. It'll probably end up being Tuesday that we air that. But I want to double check with Mark and Melissa because after it airs, you guys know I like to do the live Q&A. And I would really like them to be there for that because you guys are going to have questions after you see it, no doubt. And I always like them to be able to share their truths, say their side. Again, I know there's some people that are like, no way, and I just want to remind people, it's not up to us to say that they're a liar or not a liar. It's up to us to give everybody a fair platform and to tell their truths. And we can't force, anyone to believe what any guest on any case on this platform, So,
can I add just a little piece to that, CHER?
Yeah.
I used to work for the public defender's office as an investigator, and part of my job was calling up people and getting their story. And I had this one gentleman whose car had been stolen, and he was saying he had no idea who stole his car, took it out on the freeway, had an accident, et cetera, et cetera. I just let him keep talking and built up a rapport with this gentleman. And eventually he came out and told the truth, which was, well, gee, I don't want my wife to know, but I was with a prostitute, and while I was in the bathroom, she took my keys and stole my car. So rapport, relaxing people to where, they have that feeling that they can trust you is important.
And could you imagine if it was a trucker or some sicko, and for 17 years and 4 months, poor Mark and Melissa have been can barely show their face around town. You know what I mean? That would be absolutely heartbreaking if we found anything that points to anything else. And here they've been for 2 decades just being treated this way. So exactly. We got to give everyone their chance, whether they are lying or telling the truth. That's not up for us to decide, and that's not what I'm here for. We won't get answers if we don't give everyone a fair shot. And in my opinion, Mark and Melissa haven't had a fair platform in 17 years. So
it does seem pretty lopsided.
Yeah. Thank you. And everyone that's thanking me and saying that I'm doing a good job, it's not just me. It's Crime Web, it's Benny, it's my husband Mark, it's every single one of you guys who are in here, and look at us. I didn't see anything bad. I wasn't watching all of the time, but here we are putting our heads together and coming up with things, and we're trying to help. And I've seen it at 90 people in here, and no nastiness. And that's all you guys. So I have to thank you guys too, because this isn't just something little Cher on her own can do. I need all of you guys. So thank you, Crime Web, and thank you everyone in chat. Mods, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the Cash Apps and the PayPals that I received. And you guys are awesome. And again, yes, I will absolutely show receipts to everything so you guys know what your donations are being used for in this case. Have a good night, everyone. Much love.